It's been a while. A lot has been percolating, and one of these things is a book circle that I'm going to be starting in March. And as you can see on the screen, we have Thursdays 6 to 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, or Saturdays 3 to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Those are flexible. I'm kind of testing the responses right now to see what the interest level is and the availability of the people that want to be in the book circle. And the way I'm going to do this is, I think, differently than I have seen, and maybe most people have experienced or understood what a book circle is. It's not exactly a book club. You don't have to be a member of a club. And we're not going to be just reading the book and talking about it and discussing it. We're going to actually be reading the book, and sometimes I'll narrate the book and you get to listen, just like you did when you were a child, which is always fun. I don't know about you, but I love listening to audio books or books narrated on YouTube so that I can just relax or do something else, whatever I feel the need or desire to do while I'm listening. And so in addition to reading or being read the book, we're going to be studying it within a circle once a week. And you can come when you want to. You can come every week. If you like it, hang out. We're going to have different books. And it will be a guided, intuitive interpretation of the book itself. These books are going to be nonfiction, spiritual consciousness, human evolution, heart-based, miracles, actual true experiences, etc. No fiction here. And as some of you know, but many of you may not know, I am a ghostwriter and an editor and a conscious writing coach. So I have a vested interest in this. I also love reading. I used to be a reading instructor, and I read to children while I was teaching them how to read and comprehend. So I get to do all the things that I love and share the books that have had the most impact for me personally in my own inner transformation and my own life journey. And we will also be, what I don't think most people do when they do a book circle or a book club, we'll also be applying the teachings, the exercises, the guidance in the book, and the actual activities and experiences for the people in the book circle. So you will get to have a personal experience, kind of like a therapeutic application of the different concepts and activities and truths in the book, so that you can feel the difference. You can understand more about yourself and the way the truths and the experiences in the books can help you understand yourself and your journey and what you're here to do and what is the purpose of the different experiences in terms of conflicts, struggles, blocks, and etc. I could go on and on, but it's going to be juicy. It's going to be really, really deep, really good, lots of fun. So one of the books that I am going to be guiding is called Love Without End, Jesus Speaks. And if you don't know me, or maybe if you do know me, you may not know that I am not and never have been a person of any religion. I just wasn't brought up that way. It's not something that resonates with me. So even though this book is called Love Without End, Jesus Speaks, it's extremely transformative. And as soon as I heard the first version narrated, which was not the 20th edition that we're going to be reading. Not the 20th edition, excuse me, the 20th anniversary edition that we're going to be reading. It was the original one, which leaves out a lot of the content and the experiences, the personal, true experiences of the author. So we're going to be reading the 20th anniversary edition. And if you are interested in being in this circle for this particular book, and you want to buy the book for yourself, please buy the 20th anniversary edition, not the original. Actually, I think there are 3 different editions, and there is also a book study guide, which I have not read. I will not be following any study guide. I always create my own intuitively downloaded questions and in-depth discussions and guidance, so I won't be using that guide. So I'm going to read a little bit about this book just to give you some background to see if this resonates with you. And I'll talk a little bit about the author. So here we go. And this is something that this description right now is what I've collected from both the back cover, the Amazon description, and a little bit more information from inside the preface, I think it was, of the book. So kind of I'm grouping all of this information together in one space. You will not hear it or see it written or read exactly like I am describing right now. Some books touch our lives so deeply that we cannot read them too many times. This is one of those books. Love Without End, Jesus Speaks, is one of the most quoted books in modern spiritual literature, published in at least 7 languages and over 2 million copies worldwide. Its messages have improved the lives of millions of people. Thousands of study groups have assembled in its honor. Although it's based on a special encounter with Jesus, it is not about religion. It was not written to solicit, reinforce, or change any existing beliefs that you have. But it can help you find spiritual confidence, peace within, the discovery of who you really are and what your highest purpose is. It was written by one of the world's leading teachers of contemporary spirituality, Glenda Green. And although her guidance and inspirations stem from a living spiritual relationship with Yeshua, aka Jesus, her teachings are not directed toward the cultivation of religious doctrine. With that said, if you are from the Christian religion or anything that worships Jesus, this book will align with what you have learned, but more deeply with what your heart feels and what you have yearned to understand and make sense of, above and beyond what any church or religious teaching, including the Bible as interpreted by the men who wrote it, way above that. So don't let this scare you if you are of a religion or the Christian faith or a lover of Jesus. Her teachings are not directed toward the cultivation of religious doctrine. They revolve around universal truths that are extremely uplifting and enlightening to people of all beliefs, all faiths, or no faith. From poetry to science, her teachings move the readers to deep waters of emotional understanding. Within the body of Glenda's work are some of the most complete, extensive treatments of pure science ever found in spiritual literature. World-renowned scientists have conferred with Glenda about these astounding revelations. She is also acknowledged by the nation's leading scholars, critics, and museum officials as one of the world's foremost portrait painters and realist artists. Her paintings are housed in major public art collections, including the Smithsonian Institution. She is the painter of the internationally acclaimed portrait of Christ, the Lamb, and the Lion. She is listed in North American Women Artists of the 20th Century, Who's Who in American Art, Who's Who of American Women, and the Dictionary of International Biography. She has taught on the faculties of Tulane University and the University of Oklahoma. Her warm, witty, and confident manner evokes our certainty of a higher awareness that exists. She has a clean, energetic style and a masterful comprehension of the most critical spiritual issues. Her writing and teaching offer genuine opportunities to acquire a truer, more complete understanding of the universe and our place in it. For over 2,000 years, devoted believers, mystics, innocents, and even non-believers have reported to have fully perceptual visitations with Jesus Christ. And in 1992, he appeared to Glenda Green. They spoke daily for over 4 months. And this book shows you how he appeared in a way that no one that I know of, no book that I know of has ever described the actual manifestation of that, which is one of the most fascinating things. The purpose of their visits were to paint his portrait. But nothing in the history of Glenda's career as an artist or university professor prepared her for the transformation that took place in her life. They spoke as friends do of many, many wonderful things, both miraculous and practical. Her penetrating report in this book of their experience is sincere, unbiased, and free of religious contrivance. In many ways, her perceptions provide a bridge to the new millennium that we have been in. Now, keep in mind, this book was written in the late 90s, so this is the millennium now. We are in 25 years of it. Never before has language or a state of consciousness been present to examine the nature of such a miraculous occurrence, as well as develop the profound implications of it. This is a brilliant glimpse of eternity, rich with practical applications to life, which we're going to go into in this book circle. Messages sparkling and direct and great contemporary relevance, imparting in every way the impact of divinity in communion with a thoughtful and well-educated woman of our generation. Amazing answers are given to more than 300 penetrating questions that we have all had, including the truth about Mary Magdalene and what really happened during the lost years of the life of Jesus. But more importantly, for the readers of this book in this book circle, we will find out about ourselves, asking questions and getting answers like, who am I really? How can I have an abundant life? How does that work? What is my highest purpose, really? And what truly happens when I die? Can there ever truly be peace in the world? The answers to these questions and others will invariably emerge from the presence or absence of one great power, love. And I'm not just talking about the love of your hearts and the love of your sweetheart and the love of your children. I'm talking about the highest frequency of powerful, divine, unconditional love that the universe and everything in it, including you and I, are made of. These are the teachings that are the gifts to your heart for the fulfillment of a life you may never have even imagined. So I welcome you to this book circle and this book, Love Without End, Jesus Speaks. Please leave a comment and a like and subscribe to my channel. Leave your message with your contact info if possible.